Okay, what else is out? What else can we go and see?
Pretty Red Dress, which is a new movie by Dion Edwards, which is opening today. The story is that Natey Jones is Travis, who at the very beginning of the film comes out of prison and is met by his partner Candice, who's played by Alexandra Burke, of course, former X Factor winner turned multi-platform superstar. She is a diehard Tina Turner fan, absolutely loves Tina Turner. And she has been offered the chance to audition for a big show about Tina Turner. And this is potentially a big break for her. She goes to a clothes shop with Travis looking for something to wear. And they find this pretty red dress, which has got kind of like tassels and, very Tina Turner, very, very eye-catching. But it's a lot of money. And there's a question about, are we going to be able to afford it? And, Meanwhile, they have a daughter who is a teenager who, as with anyone going through adolescence, is a mixture of uncertain about herself and sometimes stroppy with her parents. Here's a clip.
How would you show a boy you like them personally? Yeah, like as a female. We've been chilling and stuff, but I think he just thinks that we're friends.
Well, it's the five senses, babe. Right, you listening? Eye contact. Very, very important. Touch. Touch his arm, touch his hand. Sound. Voice. Don't overlook it. Talk. Like, laugh at all of his jokes. Smell. Excuse me, appreciate the smell. That's Chanel. You'll get me going with that one. And last but not least, taste. Well, you can save that one for when you two are.
Chanel, such a pervert.
So, Temilola Olatunbosun as the young daughter, Natey Jones as Travis, and Alexandra Burke as Candice. And so you have these three different strands of the story. Somebody who's kind of trying to find their way in life as a young person, somebody who is suddenly offered the opportunity of a lifetime that maybe their dreams of being, and somebody else who's come out of prison and wants to reestablish themselves as the man of the house. But in that scene in which they buy the dress, an interesting thing happens, which is that Dion Edwards, the director, concentrates our attention on his face, not hers. And you see him looking at the dress and think, is he worried because it's too expensive that they can't afford it? Does he want to buy it anyway so that he can demonstrate his love for his partner? Or is there something else going on that you're not entirely sure about? And then as the drama progresses, you discover that each one of them has a kind of a disjunct between the side of themselves that they know about and the thing that they project to the world. Most centrally, in the case of Travis, whose attraction to the dress is not simply that he thinks it will look fabulous on his girlfriend. And what the film then does, in a way that I think is really kind of fascinating, is that the director said it's about emotion, and the key emotion is shame. And she also said that what she wanted to do was to ask what happens, what's the cost of suppressing the deepest part of ourselves? So on the one hand, you've got something which is a kind of, an upbeat, comedic edge drama about somebody desperately wanting to play Tina Turner. And of course, she is a brilliant singer and she does the audition with the piano and all the rest of it. On the other hand, you've got a coming of age story, somebody sort of trying to find who they are and, but keeping secrets from her parents. And on the other hand, you've got a very sort of performative version of machismo. It's always good to macho and machismo, about somebody who's, they want to assert themselves as a strong man, but they have a side to them which is absolutely contradictory of that, and also somebody who is torn between that thing about they want to keep one part of themselves completely secret, but they also desperately want to show that part of themselves to the world. And I think what the film does really nicely and in a really, really engaging and upbeat way is to take those kind of complex issues and to play them out as a drama with music. I mean, there are times that it virtually tips over into being a musical. It has musical numbers in it. And it's not that everyone bursts into song, but because of the Tina Turner auditions. And it's also interesting that there's something magical about the dress. You know, we were talking about In Fabric, the Peter Strickland film, which I absolutely loved, in which a dress passes from person to person and has a transformative effect on them. And in the case of that, it's kind of mesmeric. Well, this has got like a fairy tale edge to it. There is something magical about the dress. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, on the one hand, the spectrum, you've got, you know, Some Like It Hot, and at the other end, you've got In Fabric, and somewhere in the middle of that is this film, is Pretty Red Dress. And it also has that kind of, we talked about Rye Lane recently. You know, Rye Lane it's set in locations that you recognize, but it's about characters who are dreaming of other worlds, you know, their heads in the clouds. And I think it straddles that really, really nicely. And I think in the end, the message of the film is, you know, you can dance to different beats without losing your footing. And I think that that's a really sort of positive and an uplifting message. So I really liked it. And I think we'll hear a lot more of Dion Edwards, and the performances are terrific.
Cinema release?
Cinema release, absolutely.
Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. While you're here, check out all the other videos because they're cool too, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you want to keep up to date with everything Kermode and Mayo's Take, then check out our social channels.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I mean, I would. I have done.
Excellent.